Jake the Film Guy, Microbudgeter.com. In this video, we're going to talk about some additional things you should be doing right now during this pandemic.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring.
Numero uno. Don't spam LinkedIn, especially the hashtag video production with your video production service. You have got to think outside the box. You got to think long term here. The reality is, and I see this so often because I check this hashtag almost daily on LinkedIn, and this is just LinkedIn. People are blowing up how they are there and available to do video production. Just give them a call. I don't like to knock people because I know that everybody is loved by the Almighty. Everybody is created in His image. Having said that, I think we can do better. In addition to rediscovering and or rekindling your unique selling proposition during this pandemic, I want to reassure you that you have something that the guy in Nepal doesn't have and that these fly-by-night stock footage sites don't have, and that is the personal touch. Now, if you work for a business, a nonprofit, a church, you have people, decision makers, influencers inside that organization that have stories and messages they need to get across, and you are in a position to go and get that footage and share it with their respective people, be it customers, be it donors or parishioners. The fact of the matter is, you are in your county, you are in your metro, and you are strategically there, and you have the tools at your disposal to go and share stories so that these organizations, thank you Siri, so that these organizations have the ability to stay connected with their people. That can't be replicated by these stock footage sites. It cannot be replicated to the same degree in animation, and it certainly can't be picked up by some guy over in Budapest. You just can't have those folks help you out. Stock footage can augment what you're doing, but it can't take the place of that personal connection that you can afford a business, a nonprofit, or a church. Stop dwelling on the past. Now, I get it. A little nostalgia is fun. Good times, great oldies. Nonetheless, at some point, you got to stop showing the behind-the-scenes clips, even maybe some final deliverables from the video productions that you were working on before everything hit the fan. You've got to put your hand back to the plow and keep pressing forward. If you have the cash and the know-how, it's a great time to be doing Facebook ads. Facebook ads are where Google ads were 15 years ago. I can't take credit for that. I'm learning a lot from Gary Vaynerchuk. Might be a little rough around the edges, but there's still a lot of wisdom that you can learn from this man when it comes to marketing. He is a guru. And right now, the level field for Facebook ads is amazing. Why? Because a lot of businesses are boarding up, and so they don't have the bandwidth to advertise. Basic laws of supply and demand here. If they are not advertising, that means you're going to get a little more bang for your buck on Facebook. I have the benefit of getting to do this every weekend for my church, and I love Facebook ads for its specificity. You can find people within 10 miles of your nexus and reach them, especially if they like live events and they have children between the ages of 16 and 18. It can get so specific. It's crazy good. Do you remember how MySpace was the juggernaut back in the 2000s? That's Facebook nowadays. And they have the ability to reach just about anybody with well over 1 billion users, if not 2 billion. Hey, we'll just inflate it. 3 billion users on God's green earth. Now's a great time. Find out what you can about your local community and the needs that they have, and then use some Facebook ads. Reach some people for a couple of pennies, why don't you?
I was washed in the water, now I'm drowning in blood.
Foof! There's plenty of room in communication, so don't worry about the person down the road or even your coworker edging you out. Listen, you have ample opportunity in front of you right now during this pandemic to reach people with the skill sets that God gave you. Simon Sinek talks about this in his book, The Infinite Game, how these people are to be viewed as your worthy rivals. In fact, Apple did this when one of their competitors came on the scene. They wrote a press release saying, "Congratulations, welcome." They didn't bash the person. They didn't do a bunch of trash talking pieces in the news and the media. They welcomed them to the space. And Apple to this day still treats their competitors as worthy rivals because ultimately their cause that they are trying to serve is much bigger than just that next metric, that next finite goal. And that's the whole thesis of this book. The Infinite Game is to find what that just cause is and then to play it indefinitely. Don't play it with a set goal in mind. Play it with an infinite mindset. And that's how it is with communications. Since God created the heaven and the earth way back when, heavens, plural, excuse me, then and now, communications has always been the way that we connect with other people and transmit ideas, thoughts, so on and so forth. And that, while it may be subject to technological change, will never go out of style. So you will always have opportunities with the tools that we are equipped with in our given day and age to go and connect to people. Whether it's through a short film, through a short video, through a commercial, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be opportunities for all of us to connect via communications. So treat the person down the road with respect. Love your neighbor as yourself, as the good book says too. And remember, there's plenty of room for all of us to play. Last but not least, take this time to level up a skill set, something that's been lagging for a while. For a lot of us, audio is something that we can always stand to do better with. Obviously, the golden rule is to have a good mic placement and not a lot of other conflicting sounds in the space that you're recording. That's a given. But right now, it's an excellent time to double down on some on-the-job training. With Google and YouTube University, you have no excuse. Maybe it's cinematography, whatever it is. Certainly won't be drone video, or probably won't be 3D modeling at this point, let's face it, because of what I said earlier. The personal experience that you can afford somebody as a video producer is probably going to want to err on those two skills more than the others. So I would say audio and cinematography in that order. Make the most of this moment and double down on your learning. That's it for today. If you're a follower of Jesus and you're struggling with a porn or sex addiction, get help. Flee from that garbage. You are not a slave to that, and we need you. I need you. As a fellow micro-budget filmmaker, there is no shortage of opportunity here in this world and in this day and age, in our lifetimes, to partner with the King of Kings and tell visual stories that are going to point people to the hope of this world. I'll catch you on the next video.